So you're telling me this is how the girls turn up? Then I'ma stick with the girls.
You better talk nice to me. I'm in your head, I invest. That's a short-term fee. Got it locked, I'm the best. Well, at least that's what I think.
What's up, guys, and welcome back to the Girls Social. We are your hosts. I am Taylor Kessler.
And I am Sydney McPhail.
How have you been, Sid?
I'm good. I'm tired. I don't know why I'm gripping this for my life. I wanted to, because you did just make a really good point, I want to thank everybody for the amazing feedback and just the nice messages and comments, because I was a little nervous about the last episode, and I don't know, you guys just made me feel really like seen and heard and loved.
Y'all were very kind, and it was super sweet, and I'm glad that we could have.
I don't know why I keep doing that. Sorry,
it's fine. We could have been there to support you, and
you guys, Taylor brought me flowers.
I did bring you flowers.
I was like, okay, don't cry, don't cry.
I still love you so much.
No, you're the greatest, and you guys are the greatest, and I don't want to like harp on it, but I just wanted to say thank you so much.
Yay! How has your week been? I feel like it's been a while since I've seen you, but it actually hasn't been that long at all.
I know, it always feels that way. It's been okay. Obviously like yesterday, but I feel like I handled it well.
Good.
I had Ryan got flowers delivered, and my mom's favorite flowers were white lilies.
I love
So the doorbell rang, and he was like, hey, can you get that? And I was like, oh, what is this? And the guy goes, delivery for Sydney Ankrum. And first of all, my heart literally dropped. I was like, what? I was like, am I getting engaged right now?
Could you imagine?
I'm just kidding. I didn't think that.
He said he was going to do it at any random time.
I was like, oh, he's trying to make the day so much more special. No, but then I saw that they were white lilies, and I closed the front door. It was just like, ah. But it was. I told him, I was like, you make the sucky days suck less. So thank you. And you do too.
Thank you. My whole heart. You deserve it, though. You deserve all the love and appreciation. Okay, so let's just get into it. What's your highs and lows for the week? How are you feeling? How were you feeling?
I think my high, actually I don't think, I know that my high was everyone's reaction and response and like love to the episode. My low was my mom, like having to kind of like navigate that. But I do think, it's just a part of the process of grieving. It's just one of those things.
It takes time.
Yeah.
And it's never like, it's never going to ever fully go away, but you're always going to have that, like, I feel like moment to like kind of remember her, and you're allowed to have that moment. You're allowed to have that feeling. You lost the person that you love.
Yeah. And I do like I know I said in the last episode, like we do balloons, and I told you like, we did that, and it's just little things that like, yes, it's sad, but it's also like making that not happiness, but like making it like seeing the silver lining, if you will.
I love that.
Yeah. What about you?
My high was that I got to do our engagement photos. We got to do our engagement photos Wednesday. So today's Thursday. Yeah. Wednesday we did our engagement photos. We were in Galveston. It was like the perfect venue that like I'd been like scouring for, and I was so excited to do it. And it just was a fun, like Max and I just literally had fun all day, just like running around like being silly, goofy, like with each other, and like we hopefully get the proofs tonight to like go over the photos that we like and choose them and edit them. So I have a feeling that some of them were just going to look like little crazy people, like little gremlins, because we just make, like, the photographer was like, look at each other in the eyes, and me and Max would both be like, just like making faces at each other, like, because we couldn't like keep it serious, like we're just goofy. So that was probably my high. If not that, no, I'll say that for next week.
I know exactly.
Yeah. My low literally just happened to me.
Oh my gosh, you guys.
So Sid's texting me, and I'm like, hey, I'm going to be like 10, 15 minutes late. I think I broke my toes. And she's like, what? And I was like, no, like literally my my toes are throbbing right now. So we went to the beach yesterday for the photo shoot, and there was just sand in like our laundry area room. And I was like, I need to clean this. So I put like I grabbed our Dyson vacuum, and I guess like the battery just wasn't in all the way, and I started vacuuming, and the battery falls out and like smashes like smashes my my little toes. And when I tell you, like, I heard ringing and I just like hit the floor and I was just like, I'm just gonna sit here for a little bit. And I just like started crying and I was like, this really hurts. And I'm like, this is not normal. Like, this isn't normal pain. And it was my little baby piggy.
Not your little piggy.
Not my little piggy. But yeah, really hurts. I'm in pain right now.
How big is the, like, oh no.
It's like that wide, but that wide, and like that tall.
Wait, we have a Dyson.
Yeah, like
I don't know that we've ever looked at the battery.
It's like, you know that like weird part behind the handle?
Okay.
That big gray part behind the handle? That's a battery.
Wait, is yours wireless?
Yeah.
Ours isn't wireless. That's why.
Okay, yeah, no, ours is wireless. Yeah, and it's a big ass battery.
Yeah, I was like, what can I do? How can I help?
I was like, nothing. I'm fine. I'm driving.
She's like, I shoved my foot in my shoe.
Yeah, I shoved my foot in my shoe. Don't worry, I'm gonna be there. Yeah, no, it hurts a little bit right now, and I have to be in heels in a couple days. Not even a couple days. Literally tomorrow.
So thoughts and prayers.
We're gonna see how this rolls out with this foot. I'll push through it because I've literally worn heels with like a broken foot before, so I'm fine. But like,
I cannot.
Yeah.
Like, what are the odds?
I was like,
I told her, I was like, that's what you get for cleaning.
Literally everything's going so well. Taylor, brace her toes. I was like, and Max texted me. He's like, where are you? You said you're getting here at 4. And I was like, oh yeah, I think I broke my toes. And he's like, what? And I was like, don't worry about it. I'm dumb. I'm gonna get to the office and I'll be there any second. But yeah. So that's my low of the day.
That is a big, like, womp womp.
Womp womp. They're like, haha. Everyone's like, haha.
No, they're not.
Haha. But yeah, besides that, great week. Good week. Weather was nice.
Exciting weekend coming up.
Exciting weekend coming up. We're going to the Caymans. Yee. It's going to be a fun time. What are you going to do this weekend?
I don't know. A really good question. Probably a lot of nothing.
What do you
I'm
mean?
just kidding. I'm not sure. I don't know that we have any plans. There was one thing that came up that I'm not interested in doing, so we won't be doing that.
Can't wait to hear about this. I can't wait to hear about this.
It's nothing like crazy. I just, I don't know. The weekend that you were
in Miami.
Yeah.
You were
I was
so
like, where did
sick.
you go?
Right? You got sick.
No.
Or you weren't feeling well.
Oh.
Your period.
My period was awful. Yes. But that Saturday, we got up, and I think that was the day I started my period. But Ryan and I had like a whole day where we went and got like IV drips, which was amazing. It was amazing. So we did that, and then we went, have you heard of Uptown Cheapskate? The like thrift store over on University by Ulta?
I have. Yes.
We went in there. It's so nice. So nice. We just kind of like walked around and looked. I made him go into Ulta with me. We just like had the whole day. We went and got margs, and it was so fun. So maybe we'll do something like that again.
That's so fun. I
like
want to do fun things with y'all.
Well, come on home.
I know. The weather's supposed to be beautiful. Y'all should go to the zoo.
Okay.
Like the weather, I think, let me look at it. I'm pretty positive. Obviously, it's raining right now. Oh, I guess no, it's not. It was supposed to be pretty tomorrow.
Yeah, it was supposed to rain tomorrow. I saw that this morning.
Oh, not tomorrow. I was saying Saturday in my brain. Well, it was supposed to be sunny. And it still might be, because I feel like when we shot, it was going to say that it was supposed to be cloudy, but then it was like a beautiful day yesterday.
Will you please send me your pictures?
Oh my gosh, I'll send you the link as soon as I get them.
I cannot wait to see them, because I know they're going to be stunning.
I'm excited. One of the dresses I was like obsessed with that I had, and my mom got it for me for like my bachelorette party. And guys, it was the tightest dress I had ever. I had to suck everything in. I was like, I don't know if I can breathe. I'm like, if I breathe right now, I will pop this zipper.
Anything for the photo.
Anything for the photo. I was like, I will get a photo in this outfit. Yeah, no, it was a little tight. Yeah.
It'll be amazing. I was actually thinking that when you were standing, when we were like sitting down and setting up, you look so freaking good.
Oh, thank you.
You
I've been
amazing.
Crushing it at the gym.
Love that.
I've been crushing it. I feel like I've been eating a lot more, but that's fine.
Your body needs it though.
I know, but I've been crushing the gym. I am tan right now, so that might be.
You guys, if you are ever having a bad body image day, put some self tanner on.
Honestly, because I went from feeling real negative about myself to like, wow, I kind of look nice.
Yeah, I do the same thing. I'll be like, I hate my body. I don't look good. I need to diet. And then I'll put self tanner on and be like, oh my God, I look so good on Snatch.
That's literally how I felt. I tried on my dress for the wedding and I was like, oh, I look so bad. Then I put a tan on and I tried it on again. I was like, oh, that looks really good.
Yeah.
That looks nice.
Like immediately after the Minty Bee that you have.
I'm like, wow, I didn't need to just destroy my mental health at all.
I just starved myself for 3 days straight. What do you mean?
It's fine. I've only been drinking water. No, I haven't. I've been good. What was I going to say? Oh, I was going to literally message you because I was having a mental breakdown about tan because I was so pale. And I was like, I'm literally going to the Caymans. I'm going to burn because I honestly have been the palest I've ever been.
Yeah, but your pale is...
Still tan
I look
compared to
sickly when I'm like, like absolutely
I don't think
no.
I've ever seen you without a tan.
Yeah, there's a reason.
She's like, I don't come out.
No, like, and I cover my body head to toe if I'm like super pale.
Sometimes I'm like, when I look pale and I have like Max's big t-shirt on, I'm like, Dobby is a free elf.
Yeah,
Master.
It's really scary. When I went through my red hair phase, I don't think I had met you yet. Yes, I had. But
no, you had blonde when I met you.
Yeah, and then I had an absolute just like, excuse my language, which is dumbass attack, and I went red. And my hairdresser told me, like, you're going to hate this. And I kept pushing for it. She told me no. And I was like, I want red hair. I liked it for approximately 3 weeks.
That's how I feel about cutting my hair off. Like, I hate it. Like, I had long hair yesterday.
Yeah.
I had my extensions in. And I was like, I'm meant to have long hair. And I, like, hate my hair. Like, I want to cry.
I like your short hair, though. I just think you look amazing regardless. But.
Thanks. You are amazing, too. I love you, too. They're probably like, oh God, you guys are so embarrassing.
At least we're happy.
At least we're thriving with my broken toes, with my little broken piggies. But what was I going to say? I completely
your
blanked.
tanner. What did you
get?
get?
Oh, yeah. I had a mental breakdown about this tanner situation. And I was like, I need to get tan before this wedding. I also didn't want to burn when I got to the Caymans. I don't really ever burn when I'm outside. And I think that's due to like my heritage, obviously. But I am pretty positive I'm orange in my engagement photos. Because I used a self-tanner I'd never used before, and I literally woke up and I was like, I'm a Cheeto.
What did you
Look
use?
at these Cheetos.
I mean, you know my hands sometimes do me so dirty.
It was Tan Lux.
Oh, I've never used that.
And because I asked a bunch of people, and I went to Ulta I wanted to try the Dulce Glow because that's what Olivia Culpo, who is literally my idol, uses. And I was like, I want to use it. Like, that's what she uses. She raves about it all the time. Like, it's not like something she like promotes, but she like talks about like her products that she uses, and it's like something she uses all the time. And I was like, it has to be great because we are literally like the same color, like skin tone, hair, everything. Like, we look alike in that sense. So I went to the store for that and they didn't have it. And so I was like, well, screw, I'm screwed. Like, I have to be tan by tomorrow, and it's like 7:30 and everything's closing. So that's me waiting last minute to do this. So I bought Tan Lux, and people were like, it's so good. Because I've used Saint Tropez and I just don't love it. Everyone was talking about Loving Tan, and I like Loving Tan, but I was like, I don't want to turn Max and I's bed into...
It's so dark.
I know.
I do love Loving Tan. I don't like that you go through... I don't know. I feel like I go through it so fast.
Yeah. And it's expensive.
Yeah.
Okay, so what do you use?
My absolute obsession right now is Coco and Eve.
Everyone was telling me that too, and I was like, it's a cheaper version. Like, I don't know. Like, maybe I should just like... I should have listened, because Claudia, Jesse James West's fiance, was like, Taylor, when I tell you, she like sent me a message being like, this is the stuff. Like, this,
Coco and Eve?
Yeah. She's like, this is the tanner. Like, it is so good. She's like, my skin looks great. Like, I look smooth. Everything looks flawless.
It also dries fast.
Yeah, that's what she was saying.
I am
screwed
obsessed
up.
with it. But I will say, what is it? Dulce Glow?
Dulce Glow.
I saw Brianna Chicken Fry talking about that and that Ulta has it now.
Yeah.
And I got on and read the reviews and the reviews weren't good.
Really?
Yeah. So I was like, I don't know. Because I've tried, like when I tell you guys, I've literally tried every self-tanner
Well, she's
that exists.
a professional self-tanner. Like she is the like A-list elite tanner in LA. She did
Brianna Chicken Fry?
No. The owner, Brianna Chicken Fry? No.
I was like, since when?
She's really good at tanning, guys. The owner of Dulce Glow.
Oh, okay.
Which maybe that's why, because like maybe I know she probably tanned Brie and I know she tans Olivia, but she tans Alex Cooper.
Okay, well, also I take reviews with a grain of salt sometimes because there weren't very many.
Yeah,
and like you have to be realistic.
It is a new product, though.
Yeah, I would say Loving Tan. I haven't used Loving Tan in a long time, but Loving Tan or Coco and Eve are like my favorites.
There was another one that my friend told me to buy, but it sold online, and I was like, I can't get that in time. So I need to think of which one it was.
I also know that you didn't have time for this, but have you ever heard of what's it called? Sunlux, like the spray tanning place in Houston. She sprayed me for a wedding a long time ago, but like she opened up a storefront.
Yeah.
The Sunless Chateau is what it's called.
I've heard of her. One of my good friends owns Bronze Bar in Houston, which I love. And Bronze Bar did all my tans for pageants, and she's amazing. Like if you're in Houston and you need a spray tan, that's who I normally go to. But I like didn't want to spray tan because I was like, I'm just gonna self tan because I don't have time. I was like, but I was mainly like, oh, when I get to the Caymans, that's where I was struggling. I was like, I want to be tan for the Caymans. I didn't really care much for the engagement photos. Like I was like, I could be slightly tan, but like I was like, I want to be tan in the Caymans.
Well, and also when you go to the beach with a spray tan or like self tanner, the water in the sand, like it
will literally. I told Joe's gonna kill me for this.
Oh no.
So Joe was like, I'm so pale, like I'm gonna burn. I was like, oh, like just go to the tanning bed for like, I don't condone this. Go to a tanning bed for like a day or two and like get like a base tan. And he's like, no, like I'm gonna get spray tan. I used to work at a tanning salon like in high school.
You're lying to me.
No, he like said, he's like, I'll just get a spray tan. I was like, Joe, getting a spray tan doesn't doesn't make you actually tan. It like doesn't like make your skin naturally tan. Like you're still gonna burn. And I was like, and when you get into the pool or you get into the ocean, I was like, it is gonna come off. And I was like, and then you're gonna look like a splotchy man and you're gonna look like you have leprosy.
Yeah.
He didn't get a spray tan, but he like hesitated and thought about it. And I was like, Joe bopping a boopy getting a spray tan.
Can you imagine that large man in a spray tan?
With the hairnet and all. I like jokingly was like, I will self tan you guys, like you and Max.
I've tanned Ryan before.
And he's like, no. He's like, I'm just gonna go into one of those machines. And I was like, have you seen Friends?
What? Is that a thing?
Have you never seen Friends?
Mm-mm.
Oh.
I've seen Friends, but not like seen Friends.
It's like one of the most viral, like besides like the like turkey thing, and then like obviously there's a bunch of other things that are viral about Friends, but one of the most viral episodes, Ross gets a spray tan and it's in one of the machines and he didn't know you had to turn. I'll show you the clip after. It's so good.
I don't like the machines.
No, I don't either. I refuse. Like
I went to Palm Beach down here, the one on like 6.
Oh yeah,
no color, like absolutely.
No, it's all
none.
clear.
Mm-hmm.
So when I worked at a tanning salon, like you learned how to spray tan people, and then you had the machines, and then obviously tanning beds, and like people would come in and use the tanning like spray tan machines, and it just like people left and it just was not good color. It was not like I just don't trust. I'm like I don't think a machine can spray me as well as a like trained professional spray tanner. And they know how to get all the right angles to make you look snatched and make your waist look smaller and like my legs look skinnier.
They can do like the ab things.
Yeah.
That's what I think her name's Brie that does the Sunless Chateau. But when she sprayed me for a wedding back in like 2021, I didn't know that she did like a rapid or something. There was something where like it wasn't fully developed, and I was like, oh, I'm not tan, and I was panicking, and it actually just hadn't developed at all. So I also put self tanner on. I was a bronze for the wedding.
She's like, I just came back from Cancun
for
2 months. For 2 months. Yeah, no. I think like I had one bad experience with a spray tan, and it was like this little high school girl that like did it, and it was right before Miss Texas when I won. And I was like driving in, and I had to get this spray tan done. And I don't know if she got too close to I looked like a melted candle. Like dripping down my body. Like drips. And I like called Bronze Bar and I was like, I need you to spray tan me as soon as possible. And she's like, get in here. I sent her photos. I went to my parents' house, rushed and like showered it off because I was like, I'm literally like, in a swimsuit on stage, and like I cannot have like any dripping down my leg. And so I rushed to parents' house, rinsed it off, and then went to Bronze Bar, and she like sprayed me, and I looked snatched and flawless. But I was like, this is the worst thing.
Yeah. See, I've had absolute nightmares. I also don't like the self tanners. We've been on this for whoever.
I know.
No, but I also don't like the self tanners that don't have guide color. Like they're clear, like the water.
Okay, that's the Tan Lux. That's what I did. I
You know what? Hold on.
She's like, I have actually used this before.
I think I have, and it's the one horror story. And
of course it is. Not me.
It was absolutely horrible.
I'm like, let me see if I can find a photo of like how I looked yesterday.
Okay, wait, maybe not. Maybe it was Tanologist or something, but it was tan water, like tanning water. And I was it was my hands, like my wrists and my hands.
I don't have any photos from yesterday.
I'm sure they'll be fine because you can, I mean.
I'm just going to be like, edit them.
Can you hit that with like a Paris or something?
Can you make me look better? Mauricio is great. He can do anything, so I don't question it. But yeah, self-tanners, guys.
Yeah, let us know if you have thoughts, recommendations.
Yeah, what's your recommendations? What's your tanning horror stories? Let us know down below, please. Okay, so you want to talk about what we're talking about this week?
Yeah, we've got a bunch of, I think they all kind of flow together.
Yeah.
But just like dealing with social anxiety, dealing with mean people, mean comments, misconceptions, like being okay with people being wrong about you, and really just almost being confident in who you are in social settings.
Yeah, and not allowing like the thoughts of others to like affect you. I feel like I love that. I feel like I'm really coming into this recently. Sorry. I am. I've been in it, but if I would be wrong to say if I never like it didn't affect me at sometimes. I'm sure the person's gonna. So there was one mean comment.
What?
On our last podcast, but it was not about you.
On my mom video?
Yeah, on your mom video. They sang your praises, let me tell you. They said the nicest things about Sydney, which is true. I was like,
I need to go through and comment back to people.
Yeah,
I would have popped off on someone if I saw that.
No, I just blocked them. So they can never comment on anything again. Or they can comment and they think that they're commenting, but no one can see your comments. So
embarrassing.
You know who you are. No, they like they commented and were like, oh, like Sydney's so wonderful, down to earth, sweet, humbling. And then there's Taylor. ... She is just so like superficial and just annoying, and like she complains about how like she had to pay for DoorDash, and that's literally all she has to pay for. Like Max quite literally funds her life. And I was like, you know nothing about me. She's like, I try to listen because I'm a fan of Max's, and I was like really wrong. I just can't get into this. And I'm like, good for you. I'm glad you can't get into this. And thank you for what you said about Sydney, because it's all fucking true.
No, but here, like, that's so,
I think it's funny. I giggle at it because I'm just like, you know nothing about me. You don't know my life. You don't know what Max pays for, what Max doesn't pay for. Like, yes, there are some things that obviously Max pays for, because that's just like when we went to Miami, we went as Sour Strips, his business. But like, I have jobs, I work, I make money for myself. And
like you were before you met Max.
And even before Max, I made money. I took care of myself. I paid my bills.
She paid him bills.
I paid them bills. I pay my bills. And I took care of myself, and I still do. And it's like, and there are things that I pay for, and there's things that Max pays for, and there's things that we come together and pay for. And so like when I hear people say that, I'm just like, you're so ignorant to everything around you, and like you assume one thing that's not even true, and you just run with it, and you just tear down somebody else. And again, when you're tearing somebody down, like you don't know what they're going through. Like you don't know how they are mentally, how they're handling things. Like trust me, like this week has been a great week, but like mentally I feel like I've been going through it, and like there's just like inner battles that I had with myself, and like it's just like things I had to work on. And it's like, what if I wasn't like in a good headspace? Like
exactly. And I think like let's normalize, because everyone is entitled to their own opinion. It's wrong, but you're entitled to your own opinion. And honestly, like I could be the worst person ever. And I don't know. It's just like, don't do that. Like you are entitled to watch and be like, this isn't for me, but leave it at that.
Yeah.
Like you don't have to comment and say, I'm unsubscribing, I'm unfollowing, I think this about you, especially if it's something so ugly.
Oh yeah. And I'm just like, where do you get off? Like, how would you feel if I went on your post and commented, you're so stupid, you're so ugly, oh my God, I can't stand you, like there's no substance here, like she's so superficial, like you have nothing going for you. Like how would you feel if roles were reversed and I verbally attacked you and verbally abused you basically
Without knowing.
without even knowing who you are, without having any sense of anything going on? Like it just doesn't make sense to me, and I never have understood like how somebody can feel okay leaving such hateful, nasty comments. And then I realized like it has nothing to do with you and I. It has everything to do with that person. And once I realized that, I have let go of what anybody on the internet has to say about me, because I don't care. Like, you know, I love the people that support me. I love the people that show up for me and like give me the love that I need. But
And that you deserve.
And that thing, I won't say that, but like the people that just want to attack me for every little thing, for the way that I look, saying that Max could do better. Like, good. Like, I'm glad you think that. Like, great for you. But like, why do you think that I need to hear these things? Like, I would never go and comment that about you. So why it makes you think that you could say it about me?
And if you did, you'd be like, they'd be like, Taylor is so
Such
nasty.
a bully.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't understand it.
And it is. It's such more of a reflection of those people, because I don't know. I think about this all the time, especially like we had that nasty comment or that nasty anonymous thing.
Oh yeah.
And that was the first time. That's why I say like I'm really coming into being like, okay, because that would like have demolished me. Like,
yeah.
I don't know, 6 months ago. But I like went home and like I had like told Ryan how like I read it the wrong way, and like he thought it was so funny. He was like, I'm so proud of you.
You are funny.
And I was like, well, like through the process of clicking the link, taking the time to type out what you wanted to say, like at no point did you have the critical thinking skills to be like, this is not okay. Like that's embarrassing.
Like there's something wrong with
Yeah.
you if you think that it's okay to comment these things.
Yeah. And I don't say that like, oh, like we're so much better, but it's just like, let's pause. Let's normalize a pause here. I don't know. That makes me really angry. And if I had seen it, I would have been like not, oh, I don't know. You're just such a kind person. And I understand that like people only get glimpses on social media, but that can go either way.
Yeah. And it's just like, I feel like it's always something to do with like how I look, or like the things that they have to attack me on are like how I look and like my relationship, which I'm just like, okay. Like I'm like, my looks, I'm like, you want to attack me for the way I look? Okay. Like, I don't care that you think that I'm not as pretty as other people. I don't care that you think that like there's people that think that I look like a man. Like, I don't care.
I'm sorry, what?
Yeah, people think, I literally, this is one of my most commented things, is that people think that I look like transgender. And I'm
No,
like,
you don't.
And I'm like, go off. Okay, thanks.
The sexiest transgender.
I'm like, thank you. I'll take it. Whatever.
No.
But it's just like, I don't care anymore. Like, I used to like let it bother me, and I'd like comment back something snarky. And if I have something funny, I will probably comment back to it because it's just funny. Because I love to like just like
It's hard not to.
throw things back at people. But most of the time, I'm just like, I'm just going to delete the comment. I don't care. Like, it's just like, whatever. Like, you need to find something better to do than to like just post hate on people's on people's posts. And
like literally just like get a journal, open the notes app on your phone and type everything you need to say in a notes app. But I don't know. I guess I just think I have experienced on multiple occasions, like people who are seriously in crisis with their mental health.
Yeah.
And like not, I don't know if this is going to get us like in trouble on YouTube, but like suicide. And like, you just don't know. Like, have you ever watched 13 Reasons Why? Like, you just don't know what someone's last straw is.
This is like something that like is actually very close to my heart. And I do want to talk about it later in April because her book is coming out. But one of my friends who is Miss USA, Chesley, she committed suicide. And it still rocks me to this day because she was Miss USA when I was competing for Miss USA, and I had been close to her, had talked to her. She was an amazing person, like one of the best people. She was such a star, and like you did not know because she lit up a room. Like when she walked into a room, she would light it up, and like you would never know what she was dealing with behind closed doors. And like people were so horrible to her when she won Miss USA because she was very athletically built, like shredded, like had muscles.
Beautiful.
Very like, but she had a flat chest, and like people were like, oh, you look like a man, all these horrible things, like would comment like these mean things about her and like say that she shouldn't have won. And like, no, rightfully deserved. Like when I saw her compete, I was like, that girl's winning Miss USA, no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Like no one could hold a candle to this girl. She was stunning. I loved her. And like she just lit up a room. When you would speak to her, all you could do is focus on her. Like she made you feel like you were the only person there. And I admire her for everything she is and was. And I think she had a lot to teach the world. And it's very unfortunate what happened. And like once I read her book, I kind of want to like deep dive into this topic again. But it's like a person can only take so much hatred. And like I can't even imagine what was going through her mind to do what she did.
Yeah, I've seen, because you've shared it before, and I've looked because I was interested in the book as well. And to be, because I mean, and we'll definitely, I think we should do an episode on this, but like when you're struggling with stuff like that, I've never once crossed that threshold. And I can't imagine the headspace you have to be in to be like, I'm done.
I mean, I've thought about it before.
I think everyone has. Yeah, but I just mean like to truly be like.
To do it. Yeah, no, I never had the balls to do it.
No. And so it's just really sad because, I don't know, I guess like people don't really look like there are consequences to your actions and to your words. And like that would be on your hands. Like you in part would play a role in that when all you had to do was simply not comment.
Like it's so much easier not to say anything than to say something. Like just don't do it.
Yeah, and like I don't know. I've had opinions seeing things like on social media or on YouTube or TikTok, but never like I remember one time I got this really nasty comment. I had shared a TikTok and it's gone now, but it was about a situation that I had been through, you know.
Yeah.
And a girl that I did not know commented on it because it went viral, and she was like, "You look like the type of girl that this would happen to." I'm just like all you had to do was keep scrolling. Like I have never once been so worked up or like disliked something so much that I'm like, I'm gonna say this.
I mean, I've stood up for somebody, but like I never have like torn somebody else down.
Right. I just don't. That makes me so angry. Shame on you.
Literally, shame on you. I think it's taken a lot, and I think it just like is important to like remember who you are, and like just because this one person is saying this thing about you doesn't mean that it's true.
Yeah, and I think it takes practice to get to that place, but it's so much more important what you think of you than anything else.
Okay, well, how do you work on like what you think of yourself?
Well, I think that in part, you know, being someone that like you can be proud of is because I think sometimes where things can be a little bit triggering is if they get just a little too close. Like, and I'm not saying like in certain situations where like if someone says something and maybe you kind of think like, well, is that true? Like you need to have such an unshakable feeling, like confidence and idea of who you are, and like knowing that you're a good person, or knowing that that's not true, and it takes a lot of practice.
Yeah.
But if you can have that, like you maybe in the short term, you'll be like, oh my gosh, this hurts. But you can kind of go back and rationalize to yourself, like, that hurt my feelings, but I know that it's not true.
Yeah. And I think too, you also have to remember, like, some of these like negative comments that are coming at you aren't coming out of a place of caring at all. Like, these people are like literal internet trolls, and they're going to attack and tear down and go after the things that are probably the easiest things to go after. It's never something that's ever been true about me. It's always been something that's like, again, my looks, again, being with Max and how Max pays for everything, and I'm just dating him for money. And it's never anything that's actually factual. And so it's like, when you remember that and you're like, these people don't know me. These people don't know who I am. Like, their comments and opinions mean nothing, because it doesn't change who you are. It doesn't mean that's who you are. Like, they're just commenting just to be negative and rude. And it's a very selfish act, I think, to like say things like that to people. And so I think once you understand, like, I am a good person, I am beautiful, I am smart, I am successful, like, once you realize your characteristics and you understand, like, oh no, like, these things about me are not true, it gets so much easier just to look at the comments and laugh. Like, I truly, like, and we talked about it in past, like with pageants, and like, I would read forums, or I'd read things about people that people would say about like other girls or even me, and I'd be like, you guys are crazy. Like, it's literally like the people that, like, it's that meme where it's like the overweight person, or like the ugly guy was like sitting on the couch eating a bag of chips, and he's like looking at Victoria's Secret models being like, oh my God, she looks so fat in that. And I'm like, come on.
Right. And the other thing, because I feel like a lot of people, I feel like a lot of people jump to, and it is like, it hurts because like, I know you.
Yeah.
And I know that you love Max, and you can't help who you fell in love with. But I feel like that's everyone's like, it's the easiest attack. You're with him for the money.
I know. And it's like, people are like, oh, like, she wouldn't have been with him if he's rich. And I was like, Max is a very funny guy. He's extremely handsome. He's athletic. He loves to...
I'm nodding. I'm like, yeah.
She's like, yeah. Loves to work out. He's one of the kindest people I've ever known. Like, he is selfless. Like, he supports me and loves me and puts me first, and like makes sure that I'm okay and I'm secure in our relationship. And it is a relationship that I've never had before. I've never had somebody care for me this deeply. I've never had somebody that like genuinely shows up for me when I need somebody to be there. And he's just such a good human. Like, people are like, oh, she's only with him for the money. I'm like, there are so many other good characteristics to Max that makes him a catch. And like, yes, I am extremely lucky to be with this man. I will agree. Like, I am lucky to be with him, but he's also lucky to be with me because I also help him.
You're also a catch.
Thank you. I also support this man. I also listen to him when he needs help. I do a lot for him, like behind the scenes. Like, I make his life easier so he can do whatever he needs to get his life the way he wants it.
Yeah. And like, that's, I don't know, as someone who has like a front row seat to y'all's love story and like, I don't know, the whole thing, it's so like plain and clear as day to see.
Yeah.
And so even I get protective. Like, if I had seen that comment, I would have gone off, and they would have been like, oh, I take it back, every nice thing I said about you,
all of it back.
Because I don't know, like, you guys, you just don't know. And I experienced that like back in 2021. Like, honestly, maybe a subject for a different podcast, but like, I don't post a lot of Ryan because I'm very protective of, like, we don't really post each other.
Rightfully so.
And we used to post each other all the time, and I just kind of want to keep that between us because we love each other so much. But there was a point where like, he would post us like at the Galleria. I remember one year on my birthday, like, I had bought like, you know, my big Louis.
Yeah.
And he had taken a story. He bought me the matching wallet, and I was like putting my purse up on this thing and like Louis Vuitton.
Yeah.
And everyone was like, oh, like, he bought you that purse. And I got like really weird about it. And Ryan got upset because he was like, why do you care so much? And I was like, because I just don't like the way it makes me look.
Yeah. Because people always have something to say about it.
And then like, we don't post about each other anymore. Just like, no. Like, everyone knows we're together.
Yeah. I also think there's something about being private in a relationship. And it's like, obviously, like, Max and I are the farthest thing from private in our social media relationship and like our world. But there's something so special about keeping it between you two. And like, obviously there are things that Max and I do that we keep between each other and like don't post online, but our life is online. So I do love that, like, it honestly protects your relationship a lot. Like, I know a lot of girls and guys that, like, have huge followings, and they're like, I don't like to post about my relationship because as soon as I do, like, that person's getting attacked, and I don't want that for them.
Yeah, I don't know. Honestly, it was a Call Her Daddy episode where she was like, you guys are entirely different.
Yeah.
Like, you were kind of thrust into that world.
Yeah. And like, but I also understood it already. Like, I was already there. Like, I already did social media. Like, I understood social media. And not that y'all don't understand social media, but we just, like,
it's way different. Yeah.
Max was already a huge influencer. I wasn't a huge influencer, but I was still influencing, or like a content creator or whatever it was. And so it's like, I was like, this is nothing new.
Right.
I just haven't ever been with somebody that yells in a camera in front of people.
Yeah, when Ryan was doing YouTube, that was not something I was going to get on and talk about.
You were like,
I was downstairs like, oh, crazy.
Woo! I support you. What were you saying? Call Her Daddy.
Oh, she had just done an episode where, before she got engaged to Matt, she never, like, nobody even knew his name. I mean, everyone did, but
yeah, nobody, like, she didn't mention him.
Yeah, and she was, what was he, Mr. Sexy Zoom Man?
Yeah.
And she had done a podcast episode where she was like, why do you feel the need to, like, constantly post your relationship? Like, if you want to, that's one thing.
Yeah.
But she was like, is it like a validation thing? Is it to prove that you're with this person?
You're happy.
And my entire perspective changed because she was like, are you happy in the relationship? And I was like, yes. And, like, I don't need to prove that to anybody.
No.
So that's just, I don't know. I thought about that while we were talking.
No, I mean, I love that. And I listened to that episode. And in past relationships, it's like we didn't really ever post each other. And, like, there was always, like, people knew we were dating, knew we were together, but nobody, like, knew, like we didn't, there were, like, a couple photos of each other, and that was it. And, like, maybe stories. But, like, we never,
there
like,
were signs.
Yeah, there were signs, but there were never, like, actual photos of relationships. And it was, like, it was nice because it was, like, our thing. And it was, like, just us, and, like, people were crazy still, but there are still some crazies, let me tell you. But it was really nice to, like, have something between him and I, and, like, not get destroyed. And I think there's something that says, like a lot about, like, not having to share, like, on social media and have that validation from others. Because it's like, I was in a relationship where I posted the person all the time and, like, wasn't happy. I hated it.
Yeah, it's almost, you kind of lose sight. I'm not saying that, I'm generalizing.
Yeah, no, we're just speaking abroad.
Yeah.
We're not speaking, like,
but I think sometimes you can lose sight of, like, I don't know, like, what you're trying to prove. Or I think a lot of girls are like, well, why won't you post me? And, like, with Ryan, honestly, we're both kind of just off of social media, but there was a point in Ryan and I's, like, early on in our relationship where I was like, why won't you, like, post me? Why won't you? And then the roles kind of flipped, and he was like, all of a sudden you just don't. And I was like, I just really value what we have. And, like, I don't, first of all, when you start to get other people's opinions involved, that can affect things. And also, like, I don't need to prove, like, we're in love.
And I don't know if it has anything to do with the situation that had happened, but I feel like that does play a huge part into why you are so protective of the relationship, because you're like, if that person that was so close to me is willing to do this and try to do this, what means that the people around me aren't?
Exactly.
Like, the people that follow me aren't trying to do that.
Right. And it's like, that's the thing. Sometimes I'll see like, people, like, posting, I don't know. I think that's what it was. It was like, you saw how special, like, what we had was, and you tried to destroy it.
Yeah.
And so, like, screw you. Like, I don't know. Sorry, I'm being ugly, but
no, screw you. And you know who you are if you're listening to this, because you probably are. Screw you.
So that did play a role in it.
I'm sure, because it would affect me. Like, if I felt that way, if I went through that, like, I'd be like, Instagram private. I'm not posting.
Let me disappear
anything
off the face of the earth.
I'm not posting my outfits. I'm not posting a single thing. I wouldn't.
And I do. It did teach me, because I do, like, I'm starting to dabble in a little bit of, like, stories, and I have no idea how to get back into, like, posting.
Just post and keep talking.
I'm like, what? Like, hi. That's my caption. But I'm dabbling in it a little bit, but I've learned so much the value of privacy. I'm like, oh yeah, like, none of you know what I'm up to.
Yeah, it's so nice. It's so nice when you could just, like, keep something to yourself. And there's like, it is nice. I'll have to say that. I love it.
But I think you guys do a really good job.
We do. Because we don't post everything.
No. And like, I'm sure from the outside, people might think you do. But
yeah.
I don't know. Again, because I get a front row seat, I'm
you see it all.
Yeah, I'm like, they do such a good job at finding the balance.
And I think it's truly, like, I thank God that, like, Max, because it was Max. Like, Max is the one, like, when we first started dating, like, he, like, didn't want to put our relationship out there. And, like, I agreed. I was like, no, like, I love that you don't want to post about it. Like, let's keep each other, like, especially in the first few months of the relationship, it's so special and, like, fragile that it's, like, you're still getting to know this person. Like, we don't want to share that with other people until, like, we are, like, not secure, because we were secure very early on, but, like, this is so special between us. Like, we didn't know how his audience would react to it because he had been single for so long. And, like, it wasn't even the people that followed me. Like, I didn't think my followers would ever get upset or, like, frustrated or anything about it. Like, I think they would, most of my followers are women. They're probably like, oh my gosh, yay, like, relationship. But he was nervous because he's like, I just don't know how people are going to react to it. Because it's the first time we had a girlfriend in 9 years, I think. And so
he was also so protective of you, which I love.
Yeah, love that. And he's always been that way. He'll always still be that way. Like, if somebody's mean or try to be rude, or, like, he will be the first person to block you guys. Like, let me tell you, like, he doesn't care. He doesn't put up with the nonsense at all. And so I think it was really important to have that, like, privacy when we first started dating, because it was just us. And then, like, we didn't want to, like, hear the voices, and, like, thank God the voices were more supportive rather than negative, because if it was negative, I feel like people would have been like, that would have been hard.
It's the outside opinions where you're like, oh no. So, like, you guys, even with your engagement, I loved that you guys didn't post it right away.
Yeah. I was really adamant about that. Like, I was like, I didn't even talk to him about it before, where I was like, I don't even think I want my family there when you propose. Like, I just want it to be us. Like, I was like, I don't even care about a videographer, photographer. Like, I just want it to be you and I, and, like, just us, and, like, us against the world. I don't want to hear everybody else. I don't want to hear all the other things. And, like, I want to share this moment with you, and only with you, and, like, spend it with you. And obviously we called, like, our family and friends, like, our close family and friends after it happened. But yeah, like, sharing it with everybody else. Because, again, we were like, who knows how people are going to react? Like, people are going to be like, oh, it's too soon. Like, bro, like, she's only been with you for 2 years. And it's like, we don't care. Like, we just wanted to be happy.
Yeah, I loved that. And people are going to, like, it doesn't matter. You guys could be together for 10 years. People would have something to say.
Oh, 1,000%.
Like, never mind.
No, I know where you're going. But I agree. No, I agree. Like, people always will have something to say. And it's like, again, at that point, it doesn't matter. It's kind of just, like, you and your person, and that's what matters.
Exactly. Okay, let's talk about misconceptions about what being kind means, because I feel like this is a big one. What's your, like, because you're a direct person.
I am.
And you're a very kind person.
Yes.
So, like, where do you draw that line?
I think my kindness, so I always say, like, the thing about me, like, my strength and my weakness is, like, how caring and kind I am. Is, like, I'm so caring. I always put people before me. I'm always super overly nice to people. And that, like, either burns me or it gets used against me. So I've learned, like, I feel like I have had to, like, kind of build up walls against it. But I also am very direct. And I think it's because I just want people to be that way with me and, like, tell it to me straight. Like, I don't want the fluff. And I think a lot of times, like, when I give advice to my friends and I'm like, do you want me to be honest with you and, like, tell you what I genuinely think? Or do you want me to, like, tell you what you want to hear? And it's always, tell me what you want, like, what you're thinking. And I'm like, I don't mean this in, like, in a negative way or an aggressive way. Like, whatever it is, I always state, like, I'm doing this and saying this because I support you and I want the best for you. And, like, if I think something that you're doing is, like, not the best, I will tell you, because I'm like, I would want that same for me. Like, if I'm doing something wrong that's, like, hurting you, I would want you to, like, come to me and be like, Taylor, honestly, like, it hurt my feelings when you say this, or it hurt my feelings when you did this. Like, I want that same kind of communication pattern, because I hold my friends to that kind of level as my friends hold me to that level. But there are people who I think, when trying to be kind, like, say backhanded compliments, like, oh my God, I could never wear that much makeup. oh, I could never wear that. And it's like,
It's so pick me.
yeah. And it's like, I've had friends that are like, oh, it's not hard for you because you're pretty. Like, your life is so much easier because you're pretty. I'm like, you don't, like, you know my life, but like, just because I'm pretty doesn't mean that my life has been easy.
Exactly.
Doesn't mean that things have been handed to me. Like, I have worked my ass off to get to where I've been and where I'm at. Like, it wasn't like an overnight thing of, oh, like, oh, she's pretty, so, like, I don't even view myself as like pretty. Like, I'm just like,
yeah, but that's such a weird, like, I don't know. It's kind of like when you see like someone successful and someone's like must be nice, you're so lucky.
yeah,
And it's like, no, like, why? It's such a cop out.
yeah.
And I don't mean that as like an insult, but
I think also, like, with people being kind, I feel like anything that is like backhanded is not kind.
no, I agree. Or like, oh my God, you're actually like,
Oh.
I'm like, wait,
I get that all the time.
I hate that. I'm like, what do you mean actually? Like,
get
I knew
it.
that.
Like, you're actually way prettier in person. And I'm like, what does that even mean?
Yeah.
I'm like, what do you mean by that? Like, I'm not pretty online? Like, what does that mean? Like, I don't think people, like, when people say it to me like that, are fans of Max, I don't think they mean it in a negative way. But there are some women that I've met that are like, oh, you're way prettier in person.
I think
And I'm
there's
just
an
like,
energy that you can pick up on.
Yeah. And it's just like, I've had, like, there's also like people that are, oh, man, I'm not going to go into it.
Oh my God, no. I want to know. You don't have to tell me on here. I'm just saying we ride at dawn.
We write it down. And it's not even so much like somebody says something about me. It's more of like, I've heard like a person say this about other people and like be like, oh, well, she has this done and this done and this and this and this and this and this. And like tearing other pretty people down to make themselves feel better. I'm like, no, I feel my best when I'm like hyping my friends up and I'm like, you look good, we feel good. Like,
and who cares?
I know.
I've definitely like had people say stuff like that, or like even like when I got Botox and we talked about it on here, I was like, I hope people don't like attack me. And Ryan was like, you got Botox in your forehead. And honestly, like someone could come to me and be like, yeah, I got my entire face redone. And
I'm
I'd
like,
be
good
like,
for you.
yeah, you're hot. Like, doesn't matter.
Yeah, I'm like,
good for
damn.
you for having the money.
I'm like, I'm not ugly. I was like, it's like, I'm not ugly. I'm just poor.
Yeah. I feel so insulted when I see those TikToks. I'm like, oh, damn it.
I know. And it's like, you know, like if somebody wants to get filler, do it. If somebody wants to get a nose job, do it. Like if that's what makes you feel comfortable and confident, go for it. Like I will never judge you for ever wanting to do something that makes you feel better about yourself. I work for an injector. I literally, like, that's my job. Like I love seeing the clients, like, and I love to see the confidence they have after they get like the procedure done, or they do get the little bit of Botox, or they do get the little bit of lip filler, like, because it makes such a difference to this one person. And if they're fixing something that they're insecure about, like, great.
That's the thing, is like, let people be confident in their own skin.
Yeah.
And like, you don't have to like it. You don't have to like the way it looks.
Yeah. And it's like, well, somebody's like, well, you don't have anything done. I'm like, yeah, no, you're right. I don't have any work done. Like, yes, I have Botox. I get Botox, well, Dysport, and that's fine. And like, I'm very open about like things that I've had done, like where I do facials or I do injectables of like Dysport, Daxify, whatever it is. But like, I never want people to be like, oh, well, like you're natural, so you don't understand. I'm like, it doesn't matter. Like if I have an insecurity and I want to fix it, then I'm allowed to fix it. Like there's nothing wrong with that. And like, you know what? I think God made me this way, and like I look this way, like, and I don't want to change the way I look, and that's just on me. Like I like the way I look. Like, of course, there have been times where I'm like, maybe I should get lip filler. Or and like,
no, I was literally thinking, I don't mean to interrupt you, but you have really great lips.
Oh, thank you. But it's like I competed in pageants, and I had somebody like around me at that time. Oh, my toes. I had somebody around me like when I was really young and very impressionable age. I think I was like 18, and she was very close to the Miss Universe organization, and she's like, you need to get a little lip filler, you need to do a little Botox, like maybe you should get a boob job, get your teeth done. And I'm just like, I'm 18. Like, I don't.
That's insane.
There was a point where I thought about contemplating getting my rib removed. Like, that's how.
Taylor, you're lying to me.
I'm not lying. That's how crazy I was. Like, I was like, thought about doing all these things to myself because somebody told me that I needed to do that in order to win. And I was like, okay, like, she knows, like, she's around the organization. Like, that's what I got to do.
I didn't know you could do that.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
so sad.
Yeah. So many people, and not in pageants, but like, I wouldn't even say in America, but more like, it was like known in the pageant world that like in South America, you can go to South America and get one of your ribs removed and make your waist smaller. I like, not jokingly, like I genuinely thought
If
about
you see me in South America, mind you.
literally, because I have I'm athletic build. Like, I have a very large rib cage. Like, I swam, I cheered, I played volleyball. Like, my rib cage is just a little bigger. And I was like, you know what? I need to get my rib removed so I could be smaller than I am. And I was still like
At 18 years old.
At 18, I was like 120 pounds.
Yeah, that's awful. I turn like clients away sometimes. People who apply if they're too young. I had a girl apply who was in middle school, and I initially told her that I would have a conversation with her, but her mom needed to be on the phone. Oh yeah. And by the end of the conversation, I was like, I don't feel comfortable doing this.
And it's like, I'm all for younger girls having a trainer because I had trainers growing up. Like, I had a pageant trainer, Arnold, may he rest in peace. And like, he had trained with me since I was very young. And I thank him for him because he taught me like a healthy lifestyle. Mm-hmm. But again, it was like my mom went to every training session with me. Like, she was there. She picked me up. She would drive me. She was sitting there with us and like made sure that I was like comfortable and like happy and healthy to like work out with this guy. Because he wasn't teaching me bad habits, he was just teaching me a healthy lifestyle. But like a 13-year-old, and I think it's truly what's wrong with like, I feel like this generation, this younger generation is that they want to look a certain way. And like, we all did, like, especially like back in the 2000s, like you were like, I have to be so skinny. Like,
yeah, but we didn't have social media the way it is now.
And like, people, again, commenting, tearing each other down, like the things, like I don't think I would have lasted this long if I was younger.
I didn't realize how many people, like, just how, like, normal it is, especially in the fitness industry, to Photoshop, like, even in videos until recently, like, because all those videos are coming out. It's insane. Like, I thought that was such a frowned upon thing.
Yeah.
And so even more so, like, you have these young girls, and that's why I turned her away. She was such a sweetheart. And I basically told her, like, because she wanted nutrition too. And I was like, I'm not comfortable making you track macros. You're in middle school. I was like, you should be being a kid.
Yeah. But I mean, I was that way in middle school though.
Yeah.
And I mean, like if she does want to do it, I think like, be like, you should be eating this amount of food. Like, this is like healthy for you. Like, this is what you should be getting as a teenage girl. Mm-hmm. And like, do not try to like cut out things, like live your life. And I honestly wish I had somebody that was that way with me when I was younger, because like as I started competing in high school and getting older, like I didn't have that person that was like, oh, like you should actually be like fueling your body. Like I had people that were like, you need to cut things out, like you need to start eating less, like you shouldn't be eating that much, like you should be eating that, like you shouldn't be having carbs are bad. Like I wish I had somebody that was like and maybe you could do that like later down the road, like do something that's like for younger girls. It's like, this is how you like start in the gym and start that fitness journey. Mm-hmm. But like, this is the right way to do it.
Yeah. I don't know. I think that for more than anything, it was the mindset she had around.
She wanted to be skinny.
She was really, really not in a good headspace to be worrying about it.
Yeah.
So I was honest and I was like, listen, if like when you get into high school or like when you're a little bit older, if you want to revisit, and I was like, I'm happy to help you. I'm just not comfortable like making money off of
I admire that a lot, because there's probably other trainers that are like, oh my God, yeah, of course I want to work out with you. I'm going to take your money and help you build bad habits.
I don't know. It felt icky and wrong to me. And I was like, and I think that because I could see it going in a direction that wasn't healthy, and I'm not a professional in that way. Like I don't want to work with someone who's already in a disordered like way of thinking. I was like, you need to find someone that's like a professional, and I don't know. She was such a sweetheart. I don't know if she listens to this, but she was a sweetheart, and I felt really, really bad. Yeah. And I talked to her mom about it. I was like, I just like, it breaks my heart because she should be being a kid.
Yeah.
And she was like, I agree. I was like, okay, cool.
So I gave her on the same page.
Yeah, I gave her mom tips and was just like, here's like what I would work on.
Yeah. No, I love that. And I'm like, we just completely went off topic, but
Sorry.
No, I think it's a good conversation, but I love that you were able to call it and be like, okay, no, like I'm not comfortable with like helping you,
like furthering your
furthering that situation.
With all of that said, because I did have a topic here that I think is interesting. Do you think that the content we consume plays a part in like who we are, what we become?
Yes, subconsciously.
I agree.
I think a lot of times, like a lot of the things that you're getting fed, like how you need to look, how you should be, like clean girl aesthetic, you should be doing this, you should be eating that, like 12-3-30, like constantly consuming this content. And I can't say anything because I constantly consume this content because it's what I do. It's not healthy. I mean, it's not healthy. Like seeing girls on TikTok and be like, how do I get that skinny? How do I be this skinny? Like, why don't I look like that? Like, these girls are so pretty. Like, I don't ever look this flawless. And then you have to remember, like, guys, editing has gone so far now that like video, like sometimes you can't even trust video because like some of these people don't look the way that they do in person. And like, I think a lot of times I get stressed making sure that I never want to post something that's like not authentically myself, if that makes sense. I had a girl comment, like I did Q&A the other day. I had a girl comment and be like, you look so pretty. What filters do you use in your story? And I was like, I don't use filters. I just literally film inside the Instagram app, like on a story. And then if like the lighting's bad, I will Paris it. And if not, then I just leave it. And it's like, I don't want somebody to think that I use filters. Like I do edit in Tezza, but like I have, because obviously we talked about it. I was like, there's a time where everyone was using filters.
Oh yeah.
Everybody was editing. Everybody was doing that. And like, it just wasn't me. And like, I don't want somebody to look at my social media and be like, that's not the same girl. That makes sense. Like I want them to be like, okay, no, that's Taylor. Like that's who she is. And like, I think it's really important because I was going down that rabbit hole, like when we would use Snapchat filters or Instagram filters, and I'm like, is this what I'm supposed to look like? Is this what's pretty? Like, is this like,
you get like a distorted image.
Yeah, in your brain. And so when I look in the mirror and when I look on my phone, like it was like, I didn't feel beautiful enough outside of Instagram, if that makes sense. And I didn't like that feeling. And so I do worry, like the more content we consume, like that's just like kids are thinking that they need to look a certain way. I mean, look at them. They're going into Sephora's and spending $75 on a retinol that like I didn't start using until this year. Like a 13-year-old. I'm like, I cannot imagine using retinol in that kind of skin. Like it's insane.
Retinol destroys my skin. And I just, like
well,
I have to cycle.
It's too strong. Like you need to you have to cycle it or use lower dosage or dilute it a lot. But I'm like, I think that social media can be very damaging to like younger people, especially younger women, thinking you have to be a certain way. I think it's beneficial in a lot of ways. I think it's connected and brought people together and like has helped so many people. But I think at the same time, it has torn so many people down.
Yeah, well, like who you follow on social media, I think. And also just like, I was thinking about this whenever I typed like that topic out, because I was thinking everyone keeps asking me about the new season of Love is Blind. And I love a good drama show.
Yeah.
But because my sister is like, oh my gosh, like I don't ever watch Love is Blind. Like this season is so good. And I've seen some of the clips and I'm like, yeah, but I hate drama so much. And I'm like, the fact that like, it's almost like people need like that constant stimulus now for like the tea and the drama and this and gossip. And it's like, I don't know. I just think that it has a massive impact. Like you have all these reality dating TV shows, which screws up your perception of love. And I don't know. That's just me.
No, I agree. I don't watch Love is Blind either. I watched the first season because obviously COVID.
So did I.
And you had nothing else to do and that's all there was. So I did watch it and it was obviously like the first of its kind and I had never seen anything like it. And I just, like, I'm not a fan. Like, I don't really watch reality TV. Like, I know what's going on. I knew what was going on with Love is Blind because of social media. But, like, I just never had gotten into it. And I do, like, I think it's just really interesting. And I am very cognizant now. And I would say like over the past 2 years, I've become very cognizant of the things that I follow and the things that I consume with like what I watch and who I'm following on Instagram, because I don't ever want to like watch something or feel like I need to be a certain way because of the person I'm following. So I watch and follow people that inspire me, that make me want to do better, things that like relate to me, people that I feel like I feel like a lot of my YouTubers that I watch are very like casual cleaning vlogs, like my day in the life, let's go grocery shopping. Like it's never like spill the tea drama. Like I don't like that kind of stuff. It gives me anxiety. So I like things that kind of bring me light in life and like give me a new perspective on things. So I have like my 3 favorites that I love, but
I have 2 thoughts right now. Number 1 being, I think the only, cause like we watch YouTube on Sundays. We watch this one girl who lives in like, some like really isolated island. It's, what's her name? I don't know. We watch her and
like, is it Mona in Hawaii?
does she have a YouTube?
No.
Oh my God. I can't remember her name off the top of my head, but I just really like her and her, I think it's her boyfriend.
Yeah.
And we watch Max.
Yeah.
Max, every Sunday we sit down and we watch Max's video, and then we kind of just like, we'll watch something else. But also you need to start your YouTube, because I would watch that.
I know I need to. And I need to get into it. I know I should have. Like there's so many things I could be filming right now, but I just don't.
Because people want to know, like, I'm interested in your makeup routine. I know a lot of people are interested in your skincare. You have great skin.
Thank you. I care a lot about my skin. I care more about skin than I do makeup.
Yeah. I just think that like people would really enjoy that. And I'm about to sound like such a hater, but I stopped watching Alex Earl because I noticed that, I mean, like I'll still watch her stuff.
Yeah.
Because I am like intrigued by her. I don't dislike her, but
I don't relate to her.
I don't. And I think that like in me trying to kind of navigate like what parts of myself do I want to share on social media, and like trying to kind of navigate, I caught myself and I was like, this is a mindset that I need to shift, because I was like, I'm not an Alex Earl. Like my life is not like that.
I'm not in Miami.
Party. Yeah.
I'm not partying.
Like my life. And I was like, my life is so boring. I'm just going to stay off of social media and like not post anymore.
No.
And I was like, that's such a flawed way of thinking.
I'll give you a list of like my favorite influencers that I like watch, and like I love their content because it is so casual and just day of the life, and I enjoy it, and it's actually very calming to me.
Well, I feel like watching you, this sounds so stalker weird, but like I would be calmed by watching you because I know that we relate to each other.
Thank you.
And like I wouldn't be, I don't know, sometimes I watch stuff like that and I just get anxiety.
No, yeah. But like there's like I have like certain influencers that I watch that like I love Tati, and I can listen to Tati talk a lot, but like sometimes she talks about like dramatic stuff and like drama, and that gives me anxiety. But Tati is still one of my favorite influencers. Let me tell you, I love Tati Beauty. It's my girl. But I have like a couple girl like vloggers that I just really enjoy their content because it's just like calming. And I feel like her and I would be like BFFs, and like I think we are the same person, but she is just blonde and I'm brunette. And she's dating an athlete, and I'm dating
a YouTuber.
Oh, Willy Wonka.
Same thing.
Same thing.
When your man has a hernia, you're dating an athlete.
I am dating an athlete, let's be honest. He's a ghost athlete. He said that to me. He's like, Taylor, I am an athlete. I'm a ghost athlete. And I was like, I don't want to date an athlete, let me tell you. Like
No, literally.
I'm done.
No,
I would never go back.
If you ever catch me dating a professional athlete, well, I'm literally like wifed up, but
you're basically married.
No, I'm just saying, if you ever, I would rather die.
I always said that, like being in sports and like being around sports, and like that was like my life. I was like, I would never date an athlete. I would never. And I still stand by it.
Yeah, no, I know too much.
I stand by it to this day. I would never, but I'll date a ghost athlete for sure.
I'd
marry a ghost athlete by the name of Max Tuning for surezies. But no, I definitely think like being cognizant of the things that you're consuming. And there's even like Brooke from Tana's canceled podcast.
Brooke Schofield. I love her.
I feel like you and her would be best friends.
Thank you.
I love her. She is a big blocker. She's like, there's so many times where she's like, oh, I blocked them. And they're like, why? And she's like, I don't know. I just didn't want to see their content. And I was like, I like that. And it means nothing against you. And I don't block people. Like I block people if they're mean, but like I'll mute people if it's just not content that I want to consume. Like, because like not so much on Instagram, but on TikTok, you can like be like, I don't want to be shown things like this. And so I love that feature because then it makes sure it filters out videos that are like that.
Yeah, I need to do that because my TikTok, I was thinking that this morning, my TikTok is just not it right now. I haven't been on.
Yeah.
It's just a bunch of drama. And I'm like, I opened it the other night and Ryan was like, ooh, what's going on? And I was like, I don't care enough to watch this. Like, I literally don't want to know.
No, I do want to watch the new season of The Bachelor though, because apparently it's supposed to be really good. And like,
I've seen one season of The Bachelor.
I love The Bachelor.
I watched the, what was his name? Pilot Pete. I watched him. It was not a good example. But this guy seems like a sweetheart.
Yeah, he seems very nice. I think his name's Joey.
Mm-hmm. And like Daisy.
Daisy's apparently America's sweetheart. I want to watch it for Maria because I feel like me and Maria would be friends.
We can watch it together.
We can watch.
I would watch that.
But it's almost over. Like I think this like they just did hometowns, so there's only like 2 more episodes, but we can catch up.
Okay.
But yeah,
because Ryan's not gonna watch.
No, he's not gonna watch it. But I'm not like I don't really watch a lot of reality television at all.
I don't at all.
I know all of the things that are going on just through social media, but like I don't watch reality TV.
Bring back Tiger King.
God, no, please don't bring that. No, I don't want to see that.
It was all my reality TV watching was during COVID.
I got into Love is Blind. I got into Love Island for a little bit. I do like Love Island, but I think it's because they talk like this. They're Australian.
Is that what Rob was on?
Rob Lipset?
Yes.
Rob Lipset? Yeah, he was on Love Island. I almost crazy guys.
Oh no.
No.
Where is this going?
When I was single, before Max and even before the relationship I had before that, I got asked to be on Love Island and I got asked to be on The Bachelor.
That's cool.
Yeah. And
thank God you didn't.
Thank God I didn't. I don't think I would have made it out. I don't think I would have liked it. I don't think I won anxiety. I would have anxiety the entire time. And 2, I don't want to find a relationship under that way. And like that was when it was like I had gotten asked to do Love Island multiple times, like when it first started in the US. And I was like, it wasn't what it is now, where when it first came out it was like very trashy, I feel like, in the US.
That's what I've never seen it.
Like the US version, like when it first came out, was very trashy compared to like the UK and Australian version. And I was like, no, not for me. And like I like jokingly was like, ha ha ha, I'll just be one of those pageant girls that go on The Bachelor again, because all of us pageant girls, like Alea Benavides, who is Miss Texas USA before me, was on The Bachelor. Kaylin Miller Keys, she was Miss Miss North Carolina, she was on The Bachelor. Hannah, she was on The Bachelor. Hannah Ann, she was on The Bachelor. Mari, she was on The Bachelor.
Dang.
The amount of pageant girls that have been on The Bachelor, and I was like, I'm not gonna succumb to that. I can't.
You're like, we're better than this.
It's not that we're better than this. It's just like pageant girls make for good reality television.
I will say that I didn't stumble across it, I saw on Peacock, there's a new show called Couple to Throuple. Okay. This right here is prime example of like, why is this even a thing?
Yeah.
Not only that, but the coach that I prepped with from when I competed
was on it.
Him and his wife.
You told me this.
I was shook. I don't even care if there's no way he'll see this. Shook to my core.
I would have screamed.
Ryan was like, when I found out about it, I was like,
could you imagine?
I was like, that's, first of all, you coach women and you're on a show where you're like going on and having, like literally having sex.
Oh no,
I don't know why I felt like I had to whisper that. On like a reality TV show. I don't know. And like you coach women. He spray tanned me. He saw me naked. I told Ryan that. I was like, I feel like I got played. Like I'm disgusted. I'm appalled. And now she's pregnant.
I'm screaming internally. Oh my.
It's embarrassing. I just don't know. Like as a young woman, no, I don't want to be coached by you.
When Max and I started dating, I think it was like not this last year, but the year before. It was like the summer we had we have been dating for like 9-10 months. We got asked to do it was a reality television show on
Netflix
where couples go and like other people on the island like try to break up the couples. What is it?
Why would you sign up for that? I don't know.
I wouldn't.
That's horrible.
I would never. I'm like, absolutely. You want me to physically fight somebody? No.
Do you want to see murder on reality TV?
Probably, but the people are like, yes, that's exactly what we want. But I was like, I would never even put ourselves in that kind of predicament to even ever want to do that. Like, again, like would never want me and Max's relationship to be just blasted to like viewers like that.
But to knowingly put yourself in a position where like,
that gives me anxiety. It gives me so much anxiety thinking about that. And then one show that I would definitely do with Max, but he was like, absolutely not, we can't do it, was The Amazing Race. We got asked to do it.
I don't know what that is. I'll have to look that up.
Oh my God, I think I would crush The Amazing Race. It's just basically a competition where you go, like, you're in a country and you go around, like, and you have to, like, solve a puzzle and, like, get to the end.
Oh, that'd be fun.
Oh, it'd be so fun.
I do Squid Games.
Like, you're, like, racing. Oh, no. You've lost your mind.
I'm just kidding. No, I wouldn't.
I'd never seen Squid Games, but I already know. Like, I don't want somebody to be like, player 0096 is dead.
That's true. Yeah. I guess since I've seen the show, I would.
I'd never seen the show. That's not something I watched. But, yeah, no.
Ryan got asked in like 2021 to do a reality. It was a dating show. And I obviously was like, yeah, there's no way. Like, I don't care. I don't care.
I really want to do Big Brother because I think I'd be good at it.
Ryan, I've never seen Big Brother, but Ryan loves Big Brother.
I love Big Brother. It's like a thing in my family. We all watch it. I'm a big Brother person. Like, I think I would do really well.
Did that go away for a while and then come back?
No, it's been around. But, like, I'm a big competition person, and I'm very competitive, and I'm smart and athletic. I think I could do well. I think it would be fun to do. I did get a message about it, casting.
I remember that you
summer.
sent me this. Oh, wait, just kidding.
No, that's the different show that Sydney and I got asked to be on. I never followed up. I should have followed up with that. But no, I got asked to do Big Brother last year for casting, and I didn't do it. I should have. Yeah, that's like my sister and brother's like dream, I think, is to be on Big Brother. Something that a lot of people don't know. I was this close. I got casted for America's Next Top Model my freshman year of college. I was like I was supposed to be on the show. Then they like moved the dates, and I was like, oh, like that's literally like, because it was originally going to be summer. I was going to be gone for 3 months. And then they moved it to like the beginning of my sophomore year of college, which I was still fine with like skipping my sophomore year of college.
I'll drop out.
I'll drop out for this. But they wanted, so it was funny because it was going to be a male and female season. Rita Ora was supposed to be the host at that time because Tyra wasn't around. And one of my guy friends who was also a model that I knew also got casted for the show. And he actually used to be my sister's ex-boyfriend in college. And he's like, Taylor, we cannot act like we know each other. And I was like, this is going to be so bad. If like we're on the show together, it's just not going to end up well. Cause him and I are like, we were really good friends. And like, we'd always like, when I'd see him in college and we'd go out and we went to spring break together, like we were like this, like we were best friends. Like I loved him. He was a good guy. Just him and my sister were not meant to be together at all. She crushed him like the sweetheart he was. But I did my casting, and when I did my casting, they were like, we want you to, because they knew I was a pageant girl, and they knew I modeled, and like I was a sorority girl, and I worked with a lot of philanthropies and organizations, and I was always volunteering, and so they knew that about me. But they wanted me to like be like the girl that's like hot and like would use a man to get whatever she needed, and like was a rebel without a cause, and like wanted me to be like this hot, like think of like Megan Fox and Jennifer's Body, like hot girl that just like would use men and just get what she wanted. That's what.
Oh, so they tell you how they want you to be.
Yeah, they like asked me to answer in a certain way, and like producing, which was funny because I was going to school and like I was learning how to produce a show at that time, and like in college I took classes on how to produce shows, and I just remember being like, I don't feel comfortable with this. Like they wanted me to be this way, and that's just not who I am. Like I'm not that way. I'm not that kind of person. I'm not manipulative. I'm not not conniving. I would never use a man. I don't know how to use a man to get what I want. Like, I was like, are you sure you have the right girl?
Yeah, I would not do well with that. I'd be like, can I just be me, please?
Yeah. And like, guys, I wish I bet you I could find the video somewhere.
I want to see
It's on YouTube. And my video, like they made me do a video like at my school with my sorority sisters. Like all my sorority sisters, like were in the house and they were all like acting like, hey Kessler. Like it was literally like Legally Blonde.
That's exactly what I was imagining.
It was literally like Legally Blonde, where she was like, when you walk in the house, and it was a whole, the whole thing. And I just wasn't okay with like being something that I wasn't, because I was like, yes, I might do the show and it might do well for me, and like I could possibly win, but I don't want to get out of this and like people view me differently, and people like, I had a friend that did the season before me, and she was like the one that like really like pushed me to do it, and like it was really great for her, and like people loved her, and like it worked out for her, and like they casted her in the right way, but for me they weren't going to cast me in the way that I wanted to be seen. And I also was like, if I get out of this and like that's out in the world, I will never win Miss Texas USA. I will never win Miss USA. Like I can't even imagine getting a job after like the things they wanted me to do and like the things they wanted me to say. I was like, no, not happening.
Yeah, like the footprint that leaves almost.
Yeah. I was
for
like,
ever.
I just like, that's just not me. But it shows you, like, you're like,
it's really cool.
It's it's really cool, and like not a lot of people know that's like a fun fact. But yeah, I remember like my family signed NDAs. Like my sorority sisters that were in the video had to sign NDAs. Yeah, it was like I don't think I can get in trouble for any of this now because it's like past and like there's not even the show anymore. But yeah, like
that's really cool.
It was wild.
I want to find the video.
It was so funny because my sorority like used it for like one of the recruitment clips. It was like, hi, I'm Taylor Kessler and welcome to Alpha Chi Omega. Oh, God, it's so embarrassing. But it was the funniest clip.
I want to find it. I want to watch the whole thing.
Or it was like, hi, I'm Taylor Kessler. I go to Sam Houston State University and I'm an Alpha Chi Omega.
Oh.
And I was like,
There's nothing worse than finding stuff like that where you're like.
And I think I had a poof in my hair.
Ah, the poof.
No, I know I had a poof in my hair because I was like 2015,
oh,
2016.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The bigger the poof.
Yeah. The closer to God.
Yeah, I used to go hard in the paint with mine.
Yeah. Oh, man. Good times. And I had a choker on.
Oh, my God.
But yeah, that was a fun little story for Taylor.
I feel like this was fun.
I feel like it was too. I don't think Max even knows that I was on that. Like I was that close to doing that.
He doesn't know that. Like
I was almost famous.
Yeah.
I was almost there.
Well, you said that, and I was like, wait, like with Tyra, but she was off.
It was right before she came back because she came back for like 2 seasons and then it closed down again. But I would like watch the show religiously with my mother, and she's like, "Well, what would you do if like they made you cut your hair off or like dye your hair?" And I was like, I don't know. I'd just like let them do it. I was like, mentally, I was like, I would freak out.
Yeah, isn't it funny? Like, especially at certain points in your life, like the things that you would do just for
fun.
Yeah,
just to say that I did it, I think would be like the fun thing. But yeah, I'm trying to think. Anything else you want to hit on?
I don't think so. How long have we've been going for a while? I think it's 6:45.
A little over an hour.
Oh, that's not bad.
And like 15.
I thought he said be done at 6:30, so never mind.
No, he said starting at 5:30.
Sorry, guys. You're just in our
You guys are just in our inner thoughts. What are you thinking?
I was just seeing if we had like missed anything.
No, I think we hit everything.
Yeah. I had fun.
Yeah, I love that we went into reality TV just like so naturally.
Yeah, it really just kind of like flowed. I don't know. I just don't.
Oh, I have something I want to talk to you about. Selena Gomez, new music video. Max and I had a conversation about this, and I was like, I don't know how I feel because I was like, it was her team that like created the idea for the music video, but apparently she stole like a music video idea from like this like indie artist, like the exact music video. And it's like, I've seen it from multiple people like talking about certain celebrities doing that. How do you feel about that?
I have not seen it. I did not know about this. This is news to me.
Oh yeah. It was like the artist that like I guess she took the music video from, like stitched a TikTok and she was talking about it But
Are there like comparison clips?
yeah,
Hold on, let me just very quickly.
it's called Love On.
I didn't know she was with Benny Blanco.
Yeah. Crazy.
Love On.
He makes her like snacks all the time, and I'm like, that's so sweet.
Okay, wait, hold on, really quickly. Oh. It's hard to see. Oh.
Yeah, it's like very similar. Same hotel room, everything.
And this is just like a, where is this music video like out there?
Yeah. She launched a new song, and I was like, which the song is pretty like catchy, to be honest. But I played devil's advocate in that situation where I was like, Max, I was like, I don't know. I feel like she has a team, like she's not coming up with the music videos herself. Like she has a team that's like, and like producer that's like, this is the vision for the video. Like this is what I'm thinking, and like, let's execute. So I feel like she wouldn't have like known.
I just think it's hard whenever, like, everyone's going to have an opinion. I would need to know all the information. Like, we weren't there. We don't freaking know.
Yeah.
I mean, if she did steal it, that's crappy.
Yeah.
But I need to watch. I'm going to watch the whole thing.
Yeah. I haven't seen the whole music video. I just saw that.
Have you seen the, one more thing, pop culture? Huh? Justin Bieber.
And Haley.
Yeah, what's going on with that?
I don't know. But the fact that their like minister and then her father is like pray for them. I don't know. Haley Bieber's dad's a little weird.
He seems a little.
He makes some strange videos, and like he is very deep in his faith, and there's nothing wrong with that. But like he just makes some videos. Like there was a video that he like made, and I don't even know what the point of it was. And I was just like, it was like one of those like, what did I just watch kind of things. And he's like, you know, and he's like looking at the camera, you know. And I was like,
sometimes I watch this and I'm like,
I know what.
Am I dumb?
I'm like, what are you talking about? I don't know. Again, that's like one of those things where I can't imagine my like life and like relationship being that public and everyone having an opinion off of it. Cause like obviously their relationship hasn't come easy. Like there's always been so much drama surrounding them and like everything going on. But sorry.
Oh no.
I'm sorry. I can't imagine them like being like, yeah, Dad, like go ahead and like blast our relationship to the world and be
father.
Like, pray for me, pray for them. Like that's just wild.
I saw that it was something about Usher, but is Usher a bad guy? Like accusations?
I don't know.
I
know that whole thing with P. Diddy.
Yeah,
I don't know anything more than that. Max fills me in on all that drama.
Yeah, I don't.
He's on the X, you know. He's on Twitter.
Yeah.
I'm not either. I'm not a big Twitter fan. But yeah, I think that's it. What we have for you guys today.
I hope.
Do you guys like these little pop culture kind of recaps that we do?
I think it's really fun, but if you guys hate it, please tell us.
And like, should we get into like a reality show with you guys? Like maybe The Bachelor, like the next Bachelorette season, which I think Maria is going to be the Bachelorette, and I'll watch it if she is because she's really cool. And maybe we can like chat about it.
I would love that. I don't know. I like podcasts that kind of like do pop culture stuff.
I do too.
So,
The Toast.
Do they? I need to listen to that.
Yeah, The Toast is fun. The Toast is. I think I'd be friends with those girls.
Do you ever listen to Theo Vaughn?
I can't.
I guess I do because Ryan. But
I listened to him because of Max made me listen to him when we were going to see Riff Raff, and Max was like listening to the Theo Vaughn Riff Raff thing because like Riff Raff doesn't do a lot of interviews, and I was just like, oh my gosh, this man.
I think he's hilarious.
Oh, I think so too.
But
it
does like, depend on the people like he's with. He's really funny by himself. Anyways, I hope you guys love this.
Keep going. Do the outro.
I don't even know. Make sure that you like, hit the bell, subscribe, leave a comment. Let us know what you think, like pop culture, all of that stuff. Make sure you give us a 5-star rating on Spotify if you're there. Apple?
Yes.
And Apple. Thanks for tuning in.
Make sure you follow us on Instagram as well. She nailed it. She did great.
Tried.
We got to get you doing the outros and intros.
We'll try. I'm not good at that kind of stuff.
You're fine. You can do it.
I've got it. I'm getting more
Just say,
comfortable.
what's up, guys? How would you intro?
I wouldn't. I'd probably
She'd be
say,
like-
I'd say something with a weird accent.
She'd be like, hey, everybody.
What's going on?
Oh, my God. I just thought of another pop culture one.
Miley Cyrus.
Yes! How'd you know? The Noah Cyrus thing and the Trish
That's
thing.
sad. I'd absolutely.
I don't know if it's true. I don't know.
I saw a thing. Really, sorry guys. I know we already did the outro. We'll flip flop. I did see a thing where, so like Noah and that guy, I forget his name.
Yeah.
They split, and then like, he had tried to get, what's her name? Trish. He had tried to get with Trish, and she never responded, never saw it. And then he got with Noah, and then they broke up. And then however long later he got with Trish. I don't care.
Okay, did you see Alex Cooper's interview with Trish and Brandy?
I didn't watch it.
Oh my God, best. It's so good.
I did watch Camila Cabello's
I haven't
today.
watched it. I can't stand her.
Really? Why?
I don't know something about her.
I don't know anything about her, but apparently she's with Drake.
No way.
It was insinuated. Like she went on vacation with Drake and
She did a collab.
That's what she said. She's like, it was for work. It wasn't just like I was on a vacation.
Yeah.
And then Alex was like, have you ever like had a hookup with Drake? And she got kind of like weird. I wasn't watching it, but apparently she winked at the camera. I don't know. All I could think about was like,
I'll watch it. I can't stand her, but I'll watch it.
give me thoughts.
She makes good songs though. No, but the Trish and Noah thing. Well, Trish, if you listen, like Trish was like, "Oh, his ex blocked me," like, and he didn't know why I was blocked. And like, I thought it was like, oh, just like an ex that he had. Maybe it was Noah. I don't know.
It was. I didn't.
I love Trish. I love her, especially if you watch that podcast. You just love her. But
I just think that's so dirty.
But if I'm like, if the mom is sleeping with the man that slept with the child, I'd be like, why?
I just feel like that would be so awkward, and like no wonder that families divided.
Yeah.
Like how awkward would a family gathering be? I don't know. I am such a girl code girl.
No, I am too, but I'm just like, as a mom.
That's wild to me.
We'll have to dive back into this next time.
Next episode, we are hitting this hard.
We're hitting this one hard. We're going to do some more research on this. Hopefully more things come out. I think Miley confronted her. We'll find out. I'll let you guys know. Again, thank you for watching this. We love you guys, and do everything Sydney said earlier. If you're still here, you guys rock. And
yes.
Are we giving away a box of Anna bars?
Yes.
If you're still watching this,
if you're still watching,
comment Miley Cyrus in some way.
Yes.
And we will give you guys a box of Anna bars.
Maybe throw a pack of sour strips in.
Maybe there's some sour strips.
We'll do a little care package.
We'll do a little care package giveaway. Throw Miley Cyrus in there. Make sure you're following, and we will pick a winner next week.
Yes. Love you guys.
Love you guys. Bye.
You better talk nice to me. I'm in your head. I invest. That's a short-term fee. Got it locked. I'm the best. Well, at least that's what I think. Give me props when I rap. If you want,